Hey yo, what's good, new gang? Today I'm gonna get to SpongeBob Conspiracy 7, the robot invasion theory. If y'all new to the channel, subscribe. Help your boys 20k subscribers for more. Yeah, not saying we about to hit 15, damn it. Shout out Alex Bale, you feel me? LA, get it. Y'all see it, let's go.
Alright, so I admit it, some of my theories have been a little crazy lately. I mean, Goofy Goober, alien death cult theory, Pearl's dead mother theory. Let's maybe try and slow down a bit on this one. There is a secret robot invasion happening in Bikini Bottom! Everywhere you look.
You said, all right, let's tone it down, y'all. Let's slow it down, okay? I'll be more realistic. Let's fucking go put in some fast-ass, aggressive-ass music. Talk about some robot invasion. Hold on, I got it.
Lately. I mean, Goofy Goober, alien death cult theory, Pearl's dead mother theory. Let's maybe try and slow down a bit on this one.
Cap.
There is a secret robot invasion happening in Bikini Bottom! Everywhere you look, robots have integrated themselves into society, kidnapping and replacing people with robot cyborgs, waiting for their chance to rise.
That's a fact. Hey, bruh. He's not lying, though.
Up and start.
It's only a matter of time where they drop a freaking episode. I mean, it's happened already, I'm pretty sure, if I remember correctly, where the robots, like, overtook everybody in the movie with the buckets, you know what I'm saying? But it's only a matter of time of it happening again, you feel me?
The robot apocalypse. This is not a joke. I repeat, the robots are coming. The robots are coming.
This is the robot invasion theory.
W. Where you at, my boy? Some horror shit. The homie. Yeah.
Alex.
This man's like, what do I drop next? What ideas do I have for YouTube? You know what I'm saying?
Sorry, what?
You okay, dude?
Yeah, sorry, I've just got a lot on my mind lately.
How's the Spongebob theorizing going?
It's good,
He was just cooking up in the head, shorty. Come on.
Spongebob theorizing going?
it's good, I'm actually thinking about maybe stopping.
Why? They're huge.
Yeah, I mean, actually thinking about maybe stopping.
Why? They're huge.
Yeah, I mean, people watch them, it's just, I didn't go to film school for 3 years just to make SpongeBob theories forever.
Yeah, but I mean, just...
It correlates though, bro. What you learned in school, you know what I'm saying? Hold on, because I fucked this up yesterday. And that's a little too high now. Fuck it. It correlates. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're doing little things here and there that you learned in school, hopefully. You feel me? So it's not really a waste of time. And at the end of the day, you still doing your own things, you feel me?
It's just something
keep
you do
grinding.
now. Doesn't mean you have to do them, like, forever.
It's easy for you to say. I mean, what, you're a year out of film school and you're already directing commercials?
Yeah, but I didn't go to film school to make commercials either. It's just something I'm doing for now. I like SpongeBob theories.
Yep.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know, these videos also just, they take a lot to make. Not sure if I'm up for it anymore.
Dude, up for it? You just like watching cartoons all day. That sounds awesome. I would kill to have as many followers as you, man. I'd be set. I've been trying to get my film funded.
A lot of people would love to be in your shoes, man. You know what I'm saying? And I'm sure, I don't know, maybe he's being truthful. I kind of sense the truth in all of it, you feel me? Because this probably wasn't what he wanted to do, 100%. I agree with that, but there's a lot of people who would love to be in your shoes, bro. No cap. Like he's saying, having the followers you have, doing what you do, you know, feel me?
I would kill to have as many followers as you, man. I'd be set. I've been trying to get my film funded for months, and I still have nothing to show for it. You know, sounds like a pretty sweet gig you got there. But
Yeah, stinking.
Hey, it's time for another SpongeBob conspiracy. Wow, I just realized I've been making SpongeBob videos for over a year now. Definitely did not think that I'd still be making these a year later. But it's all worth it, right? Because you guys love them, and I love making them, and they're super easy to make. The sponsor. Time to talk about today's sponsor.
Super easy, huh?
Do you like
Ain't no way.
intense, action-packed mobile games? Epic rosters with hundreds of characters to play and bosses to fight?
Get your bag.
Then you'll love wine from Bright Cellars. You know, after a long day of SpongeBob theorizing, I like to crack open a nice cold wine.
Hey, see, look, and you get to do little shit like this, bro. This is so creative.
Red. But here's the thing. I don't really know anything about wine. That's why it's good. Bright Cellars has got my back. Bright Cellars is a monthly wine subscription service that helps people discover wines that they'll love. First, you just take a quick personality quiz, then they send you a box of wines specifically based on your taste. Each wine comes with educational cards that tell you how to best serve it or what to pair it with. Trust me, they know you better than you know yourself. This is the Forever Fleeting. Very good, very good. I'm getting a little bit of peaches, which is nice. Kind of reminds me of the peach cobbler my mom used to make me as a kid.
Oof.
Bright Cellars, they always know. They always know. A little bit of apricots too. Kind of like the first kiss I ever had at the Sadie Hawkins dance. Apricot lipstick. How did you know that, Bright Cellars?
They stalking you, gang.
Oh my god. Orange blossoms. My Gam Gam used to call me her little orange blossom. How did you know that, Bright Cellars? How did you know that? Bright Cellars is offering 50% off your first box. That's 6 bottles of wine for just $53. That is a lot of wine for that price. But hey, you gotta be 21 or older to order, okay? No kids.
Yeah.
No kids, wine's for adults.
Big boys.
Adults like me. Just go to the link on the screen to get your 50% off. Now that I've drinking my wine, I will begin the theory.
Let's get it. Beep, boop, boop, beep, boop, beep, whatever. Mr. Krabs said, right?
One of my favorite episodes of SpongeBob is the season 3 episode Crabborg. SpongeBob watches a scary robot movie, then gets super paranoid
There we
about
go.
robots taking over, and even kidnaps Mr. Krabs.
What? You think I'm a robot?
We don't think, we know.
It's a really funny episode, but I can't help but wonder if SpongeBob's fears might be a bit more justified than we thought.
Yep.
In the episode SB129, we get our first glimpse of the future of Bikini Bottom, 2,000 years later.
Okay, what's going on here? Why is everything chrome?
Everything is chrome in the future.
We see a world covered in chrome, where everyone has been replaced with robotic people.
SpongeBob, is that you?
SpongeBob? No, I am Spongetron.
And this isn't the only time we see a future full of robots. In the season 7 episode Back to the Past, SpongeBob time travels to an alternate future where Man Ray takes over, and once again, people have been replaced by robots. And then, in the second SpongeBob movie, Sponge Out of Water, there's a deleted scene where SpongeBob and Plankton go to the future and see this.
We did it! I wonder when we are. Excuse me, sir. Do you know what year this is? Cyborgs?
Damn.
We didn't go back in time. We went front in time.
And there's even foreshadowing in episodes that take place in the present. In the Krusty Krab training video, we hear this.
Well, luckily for you, Mr. Krabs' fear of robot overlords keeps the balance of technology in check.
And in Insecurity Guard,
That's what it said? Yo, I don't remember it saying that.
Robot overlords keeps the balance of technology in check.
and in Insecurity Guards, we can see an exhibit that clearly shows the evolution of SpongeBob eventually getting taken over by robots. Okay, so
Damn.
there seems to be a lot of evidence for the future of Bikini Bottom being taken over by robots. But honestly, why does any of this matter? I mean, robots ruling the world is a pretty common depiction of the future in lots of
Facts.
different media. And even if this is the canonical future of the show, it's at the
It's happening now, bro. We got people not even at cash registers in like Walmarts and supermarkets and shit. It's literally self-checkout, bro.
very least thousands of years in the future. It's not like we can already see this robot invasion happening in present-day Bikini Bottom, right? Here's an interesting question about SpongeBob that's always bothered me. why are there so many robots in the show? And I'm not talking about Sandy or Plankton's inventions. It makes sense for them to have robots since they're both genius inventors. But why do hospitals and office buildings and amusement parks and Weenie Hut Juniors and many, many more places have such advanced robots? I mean, let's ignore the fact that they're underwater and robots wouldn't really make sense down here. Bikini Bottom isn't like a super advanced society, right? You wouldn't really say that they have much futuristic technology, except when it comes to robots. But why? And what's even stranger is that there are many, many instances where these robots suddenly turn evil. The first time I really started to notice this was in the season 7 episode Tunnel of Glove. SpongeBob and Pearl get trapped in a Glove World boat ride that's full of animatronics. Patrick tries to set them free by breaking into the control room, but accidentally causes all the animatronics to suddenly turn evil and attack SpongeBob.
Yo, she looked like Chica from fucking Five Nights at Freddy.
Evil and attack SpongeBob.
Ugly. Low key.
Now, this is a pretty basic cartoon trope. Someone accidentally breaks the controls, then the robot malfunctions and turns evil. This isn't really all that weird for SpongeBob. Except, what's strange about this is that Patrick doesn't break any controls. He hits a button labeled animatronic override, and that's what causes the robots to turn evil.
I'll just gingerly lean on this wall. Huh?
They aren't malfunctioning. The robots were intentionally designed to have a button that makes them attack people, but why? Then, in the episode Good Neighbors, Squidward discovers a flyer for a home security system that's suspiciously free despite it clearly being very advanced. After he sets it up, his house suddenly grows arms and legs and starts destroying Bikini Bottom.
Wow, Squidward's house is destroying the neighborhood.
Now, to be fair, this was a malfunction caused by SpongeBob, but why would a simple home security system have giant arms and legs? I mean, the malfunction didn't create them, they were clearly already installed. They eventually do manage to stop the house, but what's really creepy about this is that we can still see signs of Squidward's house being sentient after this episode. Then, in the season 11 episode Krusty Cleaners, SpongeBob and Patrick go to an office building and encounter a trash cleaning robot.
Damn.
The robot immediately attacks them for causing a mess.
Bro, we got vacuums that do the work for us. Like, it's crazy. It's crazy.
But this time, there's no malfunction that causes this. It's working exactly as intended. Not only does the trash robot have a buzzsaw and a literal laser cannon, but it also turns all of the nearby machines into killer robots to help hunt down SpongeBob and Patrick. So, where are all these places getting these super advanced robots? And more importantly, why are they all being programmed to suddenly turn evil? This is a question that stumped me for a while, until I watched the season 11 episode, My Leg. This is the episode where I truly realized there was an actual conspiracy theory here.
My leg.
This is the episode where...
Look at his leg, bro. I don't know why that's so funny to me.
Where I truly realized there was an actual conspiracy theory here and not just cartoon antics. It's time we finally find out who's behind the robot invasion.
Oh, I feel like it's Plankton. Because he's the one, like, in his chum bucket. The chum bucket look robotic already, bro. I think it's him. Yeah. Oh, this guy. Yeah, hey, go big or go home, Alex.
Hey, I'm still serious about you leaving this house. It's not that I don't appreciate everything you've done for me, it's just I think we want very different things.
Yeah.
You know, I don't want it to come to this, but I will use force if I have to, so you better
Kill that boy.
go.
Oh my god. Beep boop, beep boop, beep boop.
The episode My Leg focuses on the reoccurring gag of this one fish always injuring his leg throughout the show.
My leg! My leg! My leg!
At one point in the episode, he goes to a hospital and meets a robot.
This motherfucker fished out his leg.
At one point in the episode,
Yo.
he goes to a hospital and meets a
Oh
robot that
my
works
God.
there. It's just a small throwaway gag. The robot never turns evil or does anything strange.
It's him.
My leg! Don't take my leg!
But there's something
Yo.
awfully familiar about the robot's design. Let's go all the way back to the season 3 episode
Yo, I don't know why that's so funny to me right now. Oh my
Plankton's
God.
Army, which opens with Plankton trying to steal the Krabby Patty secret formula with a robot disguise.
You never know what trick he'll use to steal me secret Krabby Patty formula.
What
There
a
it
quaint
is.
restaurant. I think I will sample their wares.
These robots have an uncanny similarity, right down to the same tie. Okay, but maybe we can just
Plankton.
chalk this up to the showrunners being lazy and reusing assets. But
Nah, I doubt it. I mean, it could be, but I doubt it because look, you got a wiener robot. You had these two obviously, and then the ones before him, before these. You know what I'm saying? The one with the spatula on the head. I don't know. I swear, I think it's Plankton. Plankton's behind this shit.
SpongeBob has always had a pretty diverse amount of robot designs throughout the show. And it's not like this is a direct copy-paste either. They went to the effort to redesign the face and colors, but it was still clearly based on Plankton's robot. So, here's my theory. Plankton has built many robots to try and steal the Krabby Patty secret formula, but I think after he fails to do so, he doesn't just throw them away. He redesigns the robots and then gives them to different businesses in Bikini Bottom with the intention to one day use them to take over the world once he has enough in place.
Oh my God, that shit makes sense. Oh, that deadass makes sense. Why does this one look like Squidward though? Hold on, let me zoom it in for y'all. See that? Just a little bit, you know. Yo, that makes sense.
I mean, we know what Plankton really wants isn't the secret formula, it's to rule the world.
I will rule the world!
And there's even the video game, Battle for Bikini Bottom, where
Fucking
Plankton
game, bro.
tried to take over.
This game, I need a visit.
Rule the world!
And there's even the
Revisit.
video game, Battle for Bikini Bottom, where Plankton tried to take over using an army of robots. So, this theory doesn't seem too far-fetched for Plankton's character, but we're gonna need a lot more evidence if we're gonna prove he's the one behind all the robots in
think it
Bikini
is.
Bottom. So, let's get started. In the Season 3 episode, No Weenies
Because
Allowed,
listen, it's literally been him in a lot of the episodes building these little robots to try to finesse the Krabby Patty formula. You know what I'm saying? Even in the movie, he created the chum buckets with that rule over the people. You know what I'm saying? The fishes, the characters. I mean, I don't know who else it could be, honestly. He's the main culprit in my list right now. You know what I'm saying?
we see a robot working at a place
He's the one and only on the list. What fuck am I saying?
called Weenie Hut Juniors.
Would you care for another Diet Cola with a lemon twist, weenie?
And while it doesn't resemble any of the robots we've seen Plankton make, does that voice sound familiar to you?
Would you care for another Diet Cola with a lemon twist? What a quaint restaurant. I think I will sample their wares.
And again, it's not
Plankton.
like this is the default robot voice we hear in SpongeBob.
No.
There are many different voices the show has used for robot characters.
What a quaint restaurant.
Greetings, I am Robo 2.1.
No threat detected. This is very uncomfortable.
Well, we got a Plankton looking ass robot.
Robo 2.1.
No threat detected. This is
Out of all designs, this man really made himself as a robot. Like, motherfucker, he's right here too. You look like that motherfucker. That's your shit.
very uncomfortable.
Trying to finesse.
my father alone!
But here, they specifically recreated the voice from Plankton's robot. Let's go back to Glove World for a second. In the control room, we see a machine on the wall that looks shockingly like Spongebob. So much so that Patrick even mistakes him for it. We know Plankton has built a Spongebob robot before in
Yep.
Welcome to the Chum Bucket. Maybe he repurposed it here inside of Glove World. In
Yep.
Krusty Cleaners, the trash robot also has a striking resemblance to Plankton's robot in the
Yep.
Season 9 episode Eek and Urchin. In
It's
the Season
him,
5
bro.
episode The Patty Gadget, Squidward tries to get SpongeBob fired by replacing him with a machine that creates Krabby Patties for free. But it's never explained where Squidward got this machine. Now, it doesn't resemble anything we've seen Plankton make, but a staple in a lot of Plankton's inventions.
I mean, I'll probably put Squidward on that list for second. Why? Because that man is a boring ass like character, and by that I mean like he's always bored. He's always have like this long ass face. He doesn't like people. You know what I'm saying? He might be behind it too. I don't know.
Is having them resemble his likeness, especially with one eye in the middle, and that's exactly what we see with the patty gadget. And the patties it makes are terrible, which would make sense for something Plankton made. In the episode All That Glitters,
you don't have the
SpongeBob
formula.
buys a super advanced talking spatula.
Les Spatula 3000 at your service.
Why is man booty Nike right now? At work. Next to food, finna make food. Where's your pants, cuz?
But in the episode Evil Spatula, we find out Plankton has a whole collection of advanced spatulas just like this one, and even tries to trick SpongeBob into taking a talking spatula. It seems like no matter where we turn, we can find a connection between the technology in Bikini Bottom and Plankton. But if you remember in those glimpses of the future, the world isn't just ruled by robots. They've actually replaced all the existing citizens with robot copies.
I am SpongeTron.
And believe it or not, this is also something we can already see happening in Bikini Bottom today. Get ready to see how far this robot invasion has really gone.
Who's behind it?
Hey,
Hey!
Victoria, what are you doing here?
Oh shit.
I was just around, thought I'd stop by. Can I come in? Or
Inside? No, it's not a good time right now.
in all honesty, it kind of seems like you're going through something. I just wanted to check in on you.
I appreciate that. It's just, I'm fine, you know, it's just the SpongeBob stuff has been keeping me really busy. I'm a little stressed about that, and, but I'm fine. You should probably go.
You're being really weird. You're not answering your phone. You're living in total darkness.
W acting. My boy got the acting on point. Come on.
Just talk to me. What's going on?
Okay, fine. Okay, we can talk, just not here.
Fine. Do you want to get coffee or something?
Sure, fine, yeah. I gotta put something away. Just stay right here.
This man's acting. Yeah. Yeah. Beep, boop, boop, beep, boop, beep, boop, 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 boop. You know what I'm saying?
Now, we know Plankton has tried to turn
Trust
people
no
into robots before.
SpongeBob, come in here. Or should I say Robot Bob?
But he gave up after SpongeBob was too annoying.
You've got to take that yellow nightmare back. It's not worth it.
But I don't think this was his only attempt. In the
Man
season
couldn't
11
handle
episode,
it.
The Checkup, SpongeBob and Squidward are trying to give Mr. Krabs a health checkup by testing his pinching reflexes.
Okay, I brought plenty of things for Mr. Krabs to pinch. A pinch of salt.
And one of the things they have him pinch is a baby.
A baby's cheek.
Hey, yo. I don't think I saw this episode.
A baby's cheek.
They Yo, they really had the head slide across the fucking screen like this, bruh.
Have him pinch is a baby.
A baby's cheek.
Oh my god. Granted, it's a robot, but that's what? You
Lucky that was a robot baby.
Some random baby just turned out to be a robot,
Oh
and
my
it's never
God.
explained why. That's weird even for SpongeBob. But things get even more interesting when we go back to
Shit.
season 9 in the episode Plankton's Pet, where Plankton tries to steal a Krabby Patty using the exact same purple baby as a robot disguise.
Yeah.
That diabolical fiend! I can't believe this is working.
And we're not even done yet. If we go even further back to the season 5 episode Goo Goo Gas, we can actually see the exact moment where Plankton gets the idea to turn the baby into a robot.
Why, you're so tiny and helpless. I could take your formula whenever I wanted to, and you couldn't do it.
He was inspired.
Thing about it.
That's it! Finally, victory will be mine!
Now, in the episode, it's implied that this is just him getting the idea to turn everyone into babies to steal the formula, but isn't it crazy how it also perfectly lines up with the purple baby fish suddenly turning into a robot in future episodes?
Yeah.
Now, there's another fish who's always been very suspicious to me, the strangely realistic
Yep.
news anchor fish.
All of
Bikini Bottom is abuzz over the identity of a mysterious
Yep.
flying man who helps people. Who knows what superhero act of courage he'll astound us with next?
In a show full of cartoon characters, why is he the only realistic one? In fact, I made a whole theory about how there are evolved cartoony fish that can talk, and primitive realistic fish who can't. But as
Yep.
many people have pointed out, the one exception to this is the realistic news anchor fish. Well, if you ask me, he looks a lot like one of those animatronic singing fish you buy in a gift shop. Especially
Yes.
the way he mechanically moves his mouth and how we only ever see one side of him. So, already a
Yo.
pretty strong indication that he might be a robot, but there's also something familiar about his voice.
What kind of cruel, careless, evil
Yo. Oh my god, I never noticed that shit. It sounds like Plankton. Fucking Plankton, bro.
Indication that he might be a robot, but there's also something familiar about his voice.
What kind of cruel,
Yo, I never noticed that shit.
careless, evil person? I'll canvass all the seediest lowbrow dives in town.
That's right, he has the same voice as Plankton. And if you're gonna take over the world, then you're definitely gonna want to control the media. But how exactly is Plankton replacing these people with robots? Well, I think the season 10 episode Whirly Brains gives us an important clue. In this episode, suddenly a new toy becomes extremely popular in Bikini Bottom, the Whirly Brain.
Just flip your lid, attach the propeller, and watch your brain soar hundreds of feet into the air.
Yeah, it's a
Imagine.
weird episode. So people are actually voluntarily attaching devices to their brains and ripping them out of their bodies, and no one thinks that this is suspicious? If you ask me,
Yo.
this seems like the perfect way to replace someone with a robot. Remember, in Welcome to the Chum Bucket, Plankton told us how he turns people into robots.
I'll be forced to remove your brain and implant it in my robot chef.
By removing their brains. But
He can use their body just like this and build like the internals of a robot. You know what I'm saying? Yo, that's
is there any proof that he's the
Yo.
one behind the Whirly Brain toys? Let's take a look at the new SpongeBob prequel, The Patrick Star Show. Every once in a while, the show cuts to this stop-motion parody of Frankenstein with Plankton, and he actually uses Whirly Brains to conduct his experiments. It's not super clear how this all connects to the main show. I mean, we do see Patrick interact with the stop-motion Plankton at some point, so they're at least in the same universe, but regardless, it's still a solid connection. We see another head-based gadget in the season 11 episode Bottle Burglars, an invisible helmet being advertised in a magazine for only 99 cents. And in the same episode, we see Plankton using the exact same helmet.
Crabs will never see me coming in Vizos.
Now, maybe this is just implying that he bought the helmet from the magazine, but that doesn't really line up with what we know about Plankton as an inventor. Plus, I can't see them selling a tiny version of the helmet just for Plankton.
Facts.
Seems a lot more likely that Plankton created the helmet and is selling them to the people of Bikini Bottom,
Yep.
possibly as a way to create more robots. Alright, so we're starting to get a pretty clear idea of how
Damn.
Plankton plans on turning the citizens of Bikini Bottom into robots. But there is one more character that I believe has already been secretly assimilated into a robot. And it's not some random background character either. It's one of the main characters in SpongeBob SquarePants. This final part of the robot invasion theory is going to completely change the way you look at the entire show. Are you ready? Because this is the Patrick Star theory.
Huh? Patrick? Yo, go get the goat, Gary. Shorty's outside, my boy. Come on.
Shit.
Why'd that fucking scare me? The shit went out. Uh-oh.
Shit.
Oh my god, these camera works.
Shit.
Oh my god, smooth.
Victoria! Victoria! Victoria!
He's back downstairs. Beep boop beep boop beep boop beep boop yeah.
Now, I fully realize saying Patrick is a robot is a very bold claim.
It
But
is.
hold your judgments till the end. By far, the most requested theory I get on this channel is to cover Patrick Star.
Smart times. Patrick, a schizo, being dumb and smart. Can you make it there on Patrick being a psychopath and acting dumb when he really is intelligent?
and more specifically, his inconsistent intelligence. Throughout the entire show, there are these little moments where Patrick suddenly says something
Look at this one.
smart.
I'm a bit more complicated than that. The inner machinations of my mind are an enigma.
And then immediately goes back to being dumb. There's so many examples of this happening that many people have actually made their own theories about it. Is Patrick secretly a genius and just pretending to be dumb? Does he have a secret split personality?
I diagnosed Patrick Star with trauma-induced anxiety triggered spontaneously duplicative multi-intellectual DID with additional paranoid schizophrenic delusions of a mental multiverse.
Hello?
Maybe.
What?
But I've come to a
What'd
bit
he
of a
say?
different conclusion. Have you ever noticed how every time we see Patrick try to think, there's either sparks or smoke coming out of his head?
Is Patrick speaking again?
And almost every time we see inside of Patrick's head, it's represented with gears or some kind of machinery. Now, we're supposed to assume that this is just a cartoony way to visualize thought, but what's strange is just how consistent they are with it. And even stranger, none of the other characters' thoughts are visualized this way.
Just got an order from the boss. Dump everything that isn't about fine dining. Squidward's happy gland is forced to take shelter in the recesses of his mind.
It's only Patrick who seems to have this robotic association with him. And just look at how detailed they are with it. While Patrick's head is sparking in Rule of Dumb, if you look closely, you can see a spring pop out of him, and even a hole left behind by the spring. That is such a small detail that no one would notice unless you were going frame by frame. And if this is just supposed to be a metaphor inside of Patrick's head, how come SpongeBob clearly sees the spring come out? Okay, so let's entertain the idea for a moment that Patrick might be some sort of robot. How would he have gotten converted, and why does this cause him to randomly become smart every once in a while? Well, I looked at all the scenes where Patrick suddenly does something smart, and I noticed a bit of a pattern. There are two different types of these moments.
He gets serious, right?
There are times when we think he's saying something intelligent.
Wait, SpongeBob! We're not cavemen! We have technology!
But then it's revealed he's not actually being smart. This doesn't contradict his character at all. Patrick is someone who doesn't see himself as dumb, so there's lots of times when he tries to be smart, but he fails.
Dumb people are always blissfully unaware of how dumb they really are.
But there are also moments where he actually does do something undeniably smart.
Wait a minute, Squidward. They might be onto something.
We could filter the CO2 through our ballast tanks, refire the engines, and ride the shockwave out of here.
Wow.
He's right.
But then he immediately acts oblivious to the fact that he was being smart.
We're going through with your plan, Patrick.
Yay!
What plan?
So, I kept track of these two different types of moments, and it seems like after season 3 is when he suddenly switches from pretending to be smart to actually having these smart moments. And this switch perfectly lines up with the season 4 episode, Patrick's Smarty Pants. In this episode, Patrick falls off a cliff and gets his head knocked off. SpongeBob accidentally replaces his head with some brain coral, which makes him become a genius.
I find all this laughter to be highly illogical.
In the end, they switch back to his normal head, and Patrick goes back to his usual stupid self. But take a closer look at the scene when he first puts on the brain coral.
Here's your head.
Yeah.
Now, many people have interpreted these gears with cobwebs as a metaphor for Patrick's brain never being used until now. But these gears are not from Patrick's brain. His brain came off during the fall, which means these gears are entirely from the brain coral. And at the end of the episode, when they remove the brain coral, we can still see the electrical plug attached to it. We are no longer seeing a metaphorical representation inside of someone's head. We are seeing this plug from an outside perspective. The brain coral is just like the Whirly Brains, a robotic device that plugs into your brain to control you. Isn't it convenient that Patrick just happened to land next to a pile of coral that looked identical to his head? Is it possible that Plankton saw this as an opportunity to add another victim to his robot invasion? But after...
You fucking fook. He said, I know the guy who makes the Krabby Patties and knows it from the front and back. You know what I'm saying? Who knows the formula from start to finish. He makes them. He serves them. He's been doing it for years. Let me get at his best friend, the one closest to him, to try to finesse.
After Patrick removed it, he went back to normal, right? He completely stopped Plankton's plan, right? Well, one season later, in the episode Sing a Song of Patrick, Patrick attempts to use his brain again, and we see the exact same gears inside of his head.
Come on, you stupid brain! Work!
The creators went out of their way to recreate the exact placement of all the gears from the brain coral, which means the head Patrick put on at the end of Patrick's Smarty Pants was not his head. It was another piece of robotic brain coral. But it seems like for whatever reason, this brain coral isn't as effective as the first one, and he's only able to have rare moments of genius. In the season 12 episode, SpongeBob's Big Birthday Blowout, Patrick has another one of his smart moments.
Oh, would you look at the hour? It's almost time for me to take SpongeBob on that tour so you guys can decorate his house.
But this moment in particular is very interesting because Plankton is actually there to witness it. And take a guess how Plankton responds to him.
Yeah, I guess even a broken moron can be right once a day.
He calls Patrick a broken moron because he knows Patrick is a broken one of his experiments. And if you still don't believe me, in the newest episode of season 13, The Goofy Scoopers, we get this scene.
This stinks. I wanted to go backstage for an autograph.
SpongeBob Sandy Cheeks mom, parking ticket, $30. Man, ew, boy, that shit ugly. Ew, that's ugly. Plankton was here. Okay.
Plankton was here. Yes, he certainly was. And that is the robot invasion theory. Thank you very much.
Plankton, man. And then he tried getting to somebody closest to SpongeBob because he does it. He makes the Krabby Patties. That's crazy. Let's see what happened to the whole
robot
girl.
invasion theory done. Hey, we just passed 500,000 subscribers. Thank you guys so much. This is honestly a dream come true.
Yeah, congrats, my boy.
For me, I mean, I've always wanted to have this many people watching me for SpongeBob theories. You guys wouldn't like all immediately unsubscribe and leave me if I stop making these, right? Thanks again for watching. I've been your host, the SpongeBob guy.
I wouldn't unsub. I still support your shit.
I will see you. I'll see you guys. Bye.
Uh-oh.
Where's Victoria? Do not give me the silent treatment right now. I swear to God, if you did something, I'll...
Oh my god!
Victoria, where were you?
I was using your bathroom. Why the fuck are you pointing a knife at me?
Okay, it doesn't matter. Okay, you cannot be here right now.
No, I am not leaving until you tell me what's going on.
Listen, I promise I will explain everything to you later. You cannot be in here.
Why are you so afraid of me being in your house?
Victoria, I promise you, this is not the time. We have to leave right now.
Your muse isn't gonna eat me.
Your what?
Right now.
Your muse isn't gonna eat me.
Come again?
I promise you, this is not the time. We have to leave right now.
Your muse isn't
Your muse?
gonna eat me.
Something else will.
What? You mean the big tentacle monster in my basement?
Yeah.
How you know?
How do you know about that?
Is that fucking her?
I have one too.
What?
Huh? You have one too. What she mean by that, huh? What's going on? This title is giving me chills. Great job, Alex. Alex, whatever you choose to do, whether it be films or continuing these series, I truly hope whatever it is, it fulfills you and your goals. 100%. You gotta start somewhere. You know what I'm saying? You really gotta start somewhere in life. And then obviously keep working towards where you truly want to be. The ending has honestly the biggest plot twist I've never saw coming. Dead ass. Cause like the things with Patrick, besides the episode of the coral, you know what I'm saying, this episode, besides that, the little sparks and shit, people like, I don't really pay attention to, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, no, the whole fish shit too. What the fuck? The Plankton trying to control the media is crazy. No, I'm not gonna lie. His freaking Alex's videos doing these theories reactions, they open up my mind to like the show as a whole, cause it's like literally. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but me, when I watch a show, I don't pay attention to every single detail. You know what I'm saying? So he really like he'll open up your eyes to like different shit you probably never saw before. Cause literally most of the time, it's little like this scene probably happened fast, you know, and some of the other scenes too, like little things like that, like over here where it said Plankton was here, like you don't really like think about it. You just watch the show, you know. But W video, man, like the homie said in the comments, whatever you want to do, bro. Hopefully it's you get to it, you know what I'm saying? You achieve it, you reach it, you follow it, and nothing but happiness your way, you know. But of course, once you get to that point where you want to be at, assuming you don't want to do these, you know what I'm saying? These can be a little side project for you, you know what I'm saying? Hopefully that's the case for you, because these are interesting. It's side money. You might not be in it for the money, but it's there, you know, and you get a lot of support. So good luck to you in life, my boy. You know what I'm saying? But that's my reaction. If y'all enjoyed, give this video a like, subscribe if you haven't, and I'm out.